Hey guys, and welcome to another Game Explained discussion. I'm your host, Andre Siegers, and this time we're joined by Derek Binder and Ash Paulson to discuss all the Smash Bros. Updates from this past week. So let's get started. Alright guys, so really a pretty boring week, which as we expected, until Friday, which blew it out, but so I think let's just kind of go through these first four pretty quick, right? Just work our way to the meaty one. On Monday, we had a picture of Conquest Mode, taken from Japan, basically showing the results of, I think, the first Conquest thing they've had, showing Shulk versus Marth, and it looks like Shulk totally won.
Yeah, all this really confirms that Shulk is indeed better than Marth. That doesn't really confirm that at all, but...
You heard it here, folks. Xenoblade Chronicles is better than Fire Emblem.
Yep.
And I just do wonder, like, if you can use these as, like, a sort of tier list, right? Like, maybe you can eventually figure out who the best players are based on this data they get from this.
Now, a lot of the discussion I've seen online really seems to agree that it's actually really well balanced. Maybe maybe the most well balanced Smash yet from this early stage. Just that there doesn't seem to be a character that's breaking away from the pack really quickly as the obvious best.
You're forgetting my Game & Watch.
Oh, your Game & Watch, of course. Yeah, my Mega Man.
Exactly.
Hey, let's see how long it lasts when you start taking on the fans.
Yeah.
Or taking on you, Derek. You might come in and just destroy us both.
I will see. You guys have a lot more practice than I do. I haven't even played the demo much.
Starting with the excuses already.
You have 50 hours on me.
Alright, moving on to Tuesday. We get a look at what happens in Master Hand, or when you defeat Master Hand specifically this time. And that's the glove actually tears open, and something that Sakurai is calling the Swarm swarms out. And this is something both Ash and I have seen a lot of, having played the game so much. And it happens, depending on which difficulty you play on, you'll get different forms of that the Swarm takes on. This is entirely new to the series.
Yeah.
Like, where it's not even Master Hand anymore. It's just like this weird, shape-shifting swarm thing.
Right.
I think it's kind of cool. Like, it was totally different. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually surprisingly, the picture you're seeing here of the swarm coming out of Master Hand is actually really disturbing in motion, the way he kind of contorts himself.
It's true. It's like having a seizure.
It's creepy. And all the different forms that, well, can we say Master Chord? Were you trying to avoid saying that?
We can go with Master Core, yeah.
So what the swarm turns into, it's actually a new final boss called Master Core, and as Andre was saying, it takes a lot of different forms depending on the intensity you're playing. But in general, it's just the way it animates. It's really erratic and kind of creepy and makes these disturbing sounds. It's a really cool final boss and surprisingly dark. Like it kind of reminds me of Taboo, which is just not stupid.
Right.
Like it's Taboo but really cool to fight and not annoying.
I agree.
Well, we were wondering if Taboo would show up since he said there would be a surprise for it, and I think this is definitely a much cooler idea than Taboo, because Taboo just sort of came out of nowhere, and it was sort of like weird. That's like, okay, this is the guy controlling Master Hand, and like, okay.
Yeah, Taboo does show up in a really small way. If you once you beat this guy, Master Core, if you let him if you let it stay still for a little bit and don't do anything, it'll do the Taboo's like ring attack that'll instant KO you if you wait long enough. But I mean, you'll never see that if you don't try.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the more surprising thing about this is, I think I was talking to you, Ash, about this, is I'm surprised Sakurai doesn't consider this a spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you really wouldn't ever know until you play through Classic Mode yourself, and it does seem like a spoiler almost on the level of a new character or something, because it is a completely new element to single-player Smash Brothers.
Exactly.
And I think so far we found that the lowest intensity that you can beat Classic on and still see Master Core is 6.0.
Which means I think it's actually impossible to see him your first time through, because you don't have enough coins at that point to raise the difficulty.
Yeah.
So moving on to Wednesday, we get a look at PictoChat 2, which, again, me and Ash have played a bunch of now. And Sakurai specifically points out some of the new things that happened this time around, one of which includes Pac-Man being drawn, which is a cool little cameo, and it ties into one of his early DS games being Pac-Pix. Which I never played myself, but I think it might be based on the demo I played for when they first showed the E3, or when they first showed the DS at E3, where you actually drew Pac-Man, right? And it becomes like your Pac-Man comes to life. So that's cool. And then we get another picture. Then we get another look at a road and some trees. That just shows the perspective they came up with for this.
The whole the fact that they're referencing pack picks at all, which is kind of cool because I'm pretty sure everyone has forgotten about that game by now.
Right.
I mean, overall, it's a cool stage. I like that they're showing the 3 third-party characters together. In these pictures.
That's true.
And overall, I think PixelChat 2. My early impressions of it are that it is more fun.
Oh, it's way better.
PixelChat.
Well, I love the you've got the warp pipe segment, right, where you actually can go into the warp pipes and pop out elsewhere.
And you can't forget the Wario part of PixelChat 2, which gets a little
risque.
A little risque, surprisingly phallic. But I'll let you guys check that out when you play the stage yourself. Just look out for the Wario part of PixelChat
I don't
2.
think I ever want to hear Wario and phallic together ever again.
But believe me, it is in here.
It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
No, it struck me as odd that they did bring back the PictoChat stage. Like, they updated, and of course, it sounds like it made it better. But still, PictoChat was not one of my favorites.
No.
Has anybody actually used PictoChat?
I used it at quite a few anime conventions, like when I was younger. Like, I used it when I was waiting for the.
I mean, in the last couple of years.
But no, in the last couple of years, no. And it is kind of strange they bring it back instead of having a Street Pass stage. But I guess they do have Find Me.
Or like a Miiverse level or something.
Or Miiverse level.
Or even
like
Art Academy.
How is Water Plaza not a level? Well, maybe it will be on Wii U. We don't know.
That's that's true. Could be. All right, moving on to Thursday. We get a look at some Mii Fighter hats here, including a headband and one that looks like Jason.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It looks like most of the headbands and helmets and stuff are directly ripped from the Street Pass Mii Plaza hats.
Right.
I think I've seen a few or a couple maybe that are different, that are not in the Mii Plaza.
Yeah. It's probably one of the more humorous picks, just because, well, as you said, Jason mask. It's like, okay, give me back my machete. They really should give that Jason the machete, but maybe they didn't because of that reason.
That's true.
That'd be a really terrifying picture, I think. Otherwise.
I have to say, I do like your Mii Fighters, Andre, with the Zelda wig.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool looking.
That's pretty great, isn't it? I'm proud of that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on to the meat of the week. Being Friday, being a brand new stage coming to the Wii U one, completely unexpected, particularly after Sakurai's tease a couple weeks ago, where he's like, I'm not going to do any more informative updates anymore.
And he's only done nothing but informative updates.
That's all he's done.
Yeah.
So this one is Gamer, based on Game and Wario. The Gamer stage from that game. And it looks freaking awesome, I think.
It looks really cool.
I mean...
Yeah, the lighting effects on Mom's like vision with where you see the shadow on the Mii Fighter here, it's so dramatic and it's so cool.
It actually looks way better than it does in the game itself.
Yeah, it really is.
So apparently based on this, we can see, Sakurai mentions that if Mom does spot you, she'll scold you and blow you away. And it looks like in this first picture, it looks like as the character maybe getting stunned there. Maybe from the light before he gets blown away or something. So this is kind of like a stealth level almost, where you have to keep an eye on the background, watch out for the mom as in the game itself, and then hide behind the scenery in the shadows to avoid her.
Right. So it seems like something where you could, like, Villager there could easily do a backwards throw and throw you into Mom's gaze.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that a lot, where you just like, okay, I'm going to toss somebody else into her gaze, because it looks like she's like doing a smash on them, where she's like, she really is not. When I first read "blow away," I thought like a wind attack or something like that from her voice. No, it looks like she's like an actual attack that's going to send you flying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like she comes out of the window, and what is that, the window or?
That's a TV.
That's a TV. That's right. Just like in Game of Wario. It looks like she comes out of the TV and is smashing the characters to the left. So I don't know if this means that she can come out of different areas and attack you from different parts of the stage, or really what that means. But it's a super cool stage. Yeah,
well, in the game itself, she could appear in. I'm trying to remember all the ways she could appear. I mean, we see the door and the TV here. She could appear in the window too, as I recall.
Right.
There might be maybe a couple others she could appear from. So I wonder if you'll hear the sound effects though come into play again, because you had to keep an ear out in the game. Just a really cool stage. I mean, I really do love this idea, particularly as this is like one of the only good parts of Game & Wario.
Yeah, really, it took the only great part of Game & Wario, made it a stage, which I love, because I mean, some of the multiplayer games are fun in Game & Wario, but in terms of the single player content, that really was pretty much the only memorable single player game.
It is
in that entire title. But another just as important reason that this is so exciting is we just did a discussion about a potential leak on, is it Reddit or 4chan?
4chan.
4chan. about a huge stage, a leaked stage list for the Wii U version, as well as 5 characters that could be added to the Wii U version. But in terms of the stage list, a Game & Wario stage was on it, and that supposedly came out before today, of course. So this could, this is a small possible, nod in favor of that leak.
I mean, it's true. This would be one of the more off the wall stages. It's kind of like one of those, random guesses that does lead, credence to the idea. I mean, that's interesting. So the theory has not been, or that really has not been disproven yet. So.
Yeah, and in fact, it's at least a little bit stronger than it was before. It's of course far from definitive proof, but it's a little stronger than it was yesterday.
Right.
And I'm personally really happy about that because there are a bunch of things about that leak that I really want to be true. So
yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, I'll play devil's advocate and say, of course they're going to pick a stage from the newest game in the Wario game for a stage, but no, I do agree with you guys. It does lead further credence to that leak if it is true. Nowhere near close enough to confirm that one way or another. That's for sure, but. No, as you guys were saying, the visual design for this is just incredible. The shadows in this.
I think the shadows are what getting me.
Yeah, they look amazing.
It looks really good.
And of course, we got a Virtual Boy hanging out on the side there.
So cool.
I did notice that. That's awesome.
Yeah. The stage, the first picture makes it look very small. The second picture shows that this is actually a pretty large stage.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like it mostly takes place on that. Well, it completely takes place on that table.
Yeah.
And then, I guess once you get knocked off the table, that's considered getting knocked off the stage. I'm guessing you can't play on the floor. But yeah, what I'm curious about is how you. No, I guess you see Pikachu on top of the books in the stage. So
yeah, because you can drop down
from
from
front
there.
of it, or you can okay.
But I do wonder. The only other thing I can think of is there might be, in the game itself, it tries to psych you out too.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that'll be the case here too, like where there'll be other distractions that happen.
Yeah.
Like seeing an old guy go by the window, stab your mom, for instance.
Right.
Yeah, I think it has the potential to be a really awesome stage. Only other thought I have is, do you think they'll tie in the mini games at all somehow from that? Like, I don't know how they would. The ones that took place on the gamepad as you were playing.
That would be pretty cool. I maybe as an extra mode when you're playing with the gamepad, possibly. But beyond that, I don't see how they possibly could.
Right.
I can't see it either.
I'd like the devil horns on Mom in the screenshot where she's caught them. That's a cute touch.
It is.
And the fangs.
Yeah, the fangs are great. She's terrifying, dude. They can make like a horror movie out of this.
They could, but no, it's funny. What did you guys think of the original game, Wario stage in Brawl?
Oh, WarioWare?
Yeah.
I was actually fine with it.
It was okay, but the main stage was just too small, and I never felt there was that big of a reason to follow along with it. Most people just ignored it from outright. This looks like a much better version of that, where you do have to pay attention. If she's going to knock you out, you do not want to be caught. And I like the fact that it actually is a bigger stage to play on.
Yeah, it's the overall stage itself is simpler. It doesn't change as far as we can tell. It is just a relatively simple stage, and then paying attention to what's happening in the background so you can avoid being caught in her gaze.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I was actually fine with it with the WarioWare stage in Brawl, but this looks a lot more fun immediately, and it looks a lot more immediately appealing. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited. And I guess even if you did like the original WarioWare stage more, in that leak, if it's true, the WarioWare stage is coming back in Wii U as well, just like it did in 3DS.
Wow.
So but no, I'm loving this, and I'm so hyped for the Wii U version.
I know, right?
We've been playing the 3DS version, for hours upon hours, and I'm loving it, but I really want the Wii U version.
Oh, speaking of which, if you haven't watched my review, it just went up, so go watch it. I like it. I like my review I made.
It's a great review, and it actually uses a lot of footage from us playing together.
It does. That's right.
Yeah. I have not played.
It's okay.
Well, only now 7 days for you, Derek. So it's very close.
A week. Very close, and highly looking forward to it. But yeah, I agree with you guys. The Wii U version, it's funny how can't wait to play the 3DS version, but the hype is immediately going to switch over to the Wii U version because it plays so well from our time at E3, and these new stages look fantastic. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think we all are, so... Alright, well, I think that wraps up our Smash Brothers discussion this week, so thanks guys for watching. If you like our discussion, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameExplainers. You can find links to in the description below. It's a good way to keep up to date on everything we post. And of course, keep an eye on GameExplain.com for more on Smash Brothers Wii U and 3DS and other things gaming as well. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.